I was just talking for like 20 minutes and I wasn't recording. And I checked. I checked to make sure everything was recording. I checked to make sure everything was set. Audio, video, everything. Now I have to repeat everything I said. I keep looking over because I'm using my computer as my viewfinder. Let me explain my setup. I sound sad because I'm sad because starting it. So, okay, let me explain the setup and explain what's going on over here. My computer is my viewfinder. I am recording audio through this thing called QuickTime Player. And then I'm also doing video for YouTube now. So, yay, we have video. The YouTube channel is under wraps because there's some videos on it that they need to stay low key. I don't want you to find some of those videos because they're really personal. But yeah, there's a YouTube channel. The videos are going to be going on there, and then we'll have the audio on podcast streaming platforms, Spotify, whatever. So that's the whole setup. It's been a mess trying to figure it out. I don't understand why it's so hard with this app thing. It's either the audio isn't connected or it looks like it's recording, but it's not recording, or maybe it stops recording. I'm tired. I want to have this setup mastered so I don't have to go through what I just went through because it's really infuriating. Okay. Now, setup out of the way. So for people who are watching video, I need to explain what's going on because it's crazy. This background is not it. Okay. There's shelving up here. I'm just sat in bed. You can see dried up drool from sleeping on my shirt. My hair is in this hair towel thing because I twisted it yesterday after blowing it out, and I haven't taken out the twist because I'm too tired to take out the twist. Plus, I woke up to madness. I'm going to delve into that. We're doing a whole breakdown. We're doing a whole debrief, so don't even worry. Yeah, and also explaining more of the setup. My computer is my computer is connected to my mic audio, and it's connected by Bluetooth to my iPhone, which is to my iPhone. I'm looking for a guy in finance, 6'5", blue eyes. Okay, so what if I just did different accents throughout the episode? That would be fun. That's more entertaining than just talking how I would talk. Okay. So my iPhone is resting on a container of hair gel, and it's on this clothing dryer thing, and it's just propped up there, and I'm just staring into the camera and trying not to just stare at the viewfinder. This is real, guys. This connection is real. Okay, cool. I'm going to try to repeat what I said. I was talking about the fact that I was gone for so long and how I don't understand how I did that because I feel like podcasting is my thing. I feel like yapping for an hour a week is my thing. I don't know how I survived without it, is what I'm saying. It was almost like my form of therapy in a sense. It was really therapeutic for me. Some of the people who listened, some of my friends found it really therapeutic. And I will say this. A lot of people are waiting for this podcast to come back. They love this podcast. So I love you guys more. I love you. Okay, so yeah, it was really therapeutic. It's like there's no one there judging you. You're just letting everything out. It's just you and the camera. I love it. It's really nice. And I did stop because I felt like I didn't have anything else to say. I always wanted to do a podcast to just get my ideas out about certain topics in long form. And I was able to do that. I'm the kind of person where it's a characteristic of mine. I think about something that I really want to do, and then when it's done, I'm like, oh, cool, we achieved that. And I could just never do it again. I don't know why I do that. It's like, because you would continue if you enjoy something. But sometimes I just do things to experience them, and then I just never do them again. But no, I actually love this a lot. I don't think I would ever just completely stop. Like, this just feels like me. Okay, so yeah, I'm happy to be back. And I was also talking about how in life it can feel like there are different phases. So sometimes you're in a phase where you have a lot of opinions and you have a lot of things to say, and you're ready to talk about those things and you're ready to put it out there. You want to be heard, right? And then you have moments which are quieter and you're just kind of taking life in. You don't really want to put too much out there, and you don't really care about being seen and heard. And yeah, I feel like maybe when I stopped, I kind of went into that phase where I didn't really feel the need to put too much out there. But now we're back. We're back. You know, a lot has been brewing in my noggin. A lot has been going on, and I have thoughts. I have a lot to say. So I'm going to keep checking on this to make sure we're still recording. Okay, we're 7 minutes in. This is going well. I'm yapping. I'm doing really well. I was talking about how when you get into the routine of talking for an hour in this format every single week, it just becomes easier and easier, and you don't really struggle with like having the longer attention span and making yourself sit for that long and consistently say things about something. And you have to stay really present. You have to pay attention and really think about what you're saying. So yeah, it's a skill that you can develop with practice. But I might be a bit rusty because I haven't done this in a while. But yeah, let's just get into it. I think that's everything I said when I thought I was recording. I think that's everything I said. Okay, cool. So now we're going to get into today's topic. I want to talk about what the last 2 months of my life have been like, because I feel like things have been pretty mellow. Actually, that's a lie. Oh, that's a lie. There's tea. There is tea. There is tea. I'm thinking really hard of what I should say, or what I shouldn't say, because my family knows about the podcast. Yay! Yay! That's sarcasm. That's not a good thing. Because now I just feel uncomfortable because I feel like I can't be as open as I want to be, because I'm like, I would stress about what they're going to think or say, or if they'll know too much, because there's some things that they don't know, and I'm happy with that. I like keeping some things for myself and my friends. You know, there's just some things that they wouldn't understand. It would be, yeah, there's some things they wouldn't understand. There are a lot of, I think there's some parts of me they wouldn't get as well, and they would probably judge. And I don't really want to deal with that when I'm doing something that is a good thing. You know, this is a good thing, not just for me. It's not just therapeutic for me, but when people listen to this, it can encourage them to think about things in their lives that relate to what I'm saying, and it could just help people have more conversations, and that's something that I really care about. And I don't want to be held back because I'm scared of, maybe I should do a disclaimer. Maybe when I'm about to say something that's TMI, I'm like, if any family's listening, please skip this one. You don't want to hear about this one. I think that's the best thing to do. Do a disclaimer. So they don't, yeah, disclaimer 1000%. Okay, cool. But I'll just talk about just the tea and what these last 2 months have been. I'm going to give a disclaimer now. If you are a family, especially my parents or aunts, uncles, extended family, older in general, just skip. I'm telling you, you don't want to hear any of this. Just skip. Actually, also another disclaimer. Everything I'm saying could be satire. Everything I'm saying could be made up. It doesn't have to be from my real life. So how do you know if what I'm saying is actually real? Exactly, you don't know. So don't take anything too seriously. Okay, we're gonna jump in. I keep checking my screen just to make sure nothing dies, nothing falls apart. Okie dokie dokie. These past 2 months have been hellish for me. I'm just going to start in chronological order so that it's easy to follow through and you guys can follow through. Okay, so on the 14th of June, I had to move out of where I had been living for a year since I moved back to Dublin from Limerick. DCU student accommodation. I don't go to DCU. This was the only place I could find around the time when I needed to leave Limerick and find somewhere else to live because my lease ended on May 19, 2024. And I had to figure out where to live in Dublin last minute. And that was the place I found. So I just went there. Did a year of college there, NCI, Dublin. It was fine, but also I wanted to live closer and not have to deal with traffic because I hate traffic. It's such a waste of time. I wanted to be closer. So I was researching where to go next. And I made the biggest mistake of my last 2 months. So I'm going to explain that. You get the scoop. Now, there's this place, student accommodation, yay. It's the easiest thing to do. You don't have to think. You don't have to go anywhere. You just sit online, pay some money. They're like, come move in. It's so easy. And you don't have to worry that it's a scam. Anyway, I don't need to explain why student accommodation makes sense when you're a student. Duh. So, there's this place that's a walking distance from college. And I just thought, wow, it would be nice to... I need to get more cozy. I'm not feeling the coziest I could feel. I want to be cozy as hell. I feel like I'm having like a debrief session with my bestie and not really worry about the fact that I'm recording this. I just want to exist. So, this is a cozy position right now. So I was thinking, it's this where I'm at right now. Like hell, where am I right now? I was thinking it's a walking distance from college, so it would be ideal to just stay there till my course ends. My course ends in 2027. Starting second year in September. I'm actually very excited. Guys, I actually really love psychology. I actually think I would love my life working in psychology. Mental health is everything, by the way. Like it's really everything. Anyway, I digress. So I was like, oh my god, I could just stay in this place that's a walking distance from college. My life is going to be easier. I don't have to be in traffic or worry about traffic. I don't have to wake up too early. I can just hop out of bed and stroll into college. Who doesn't want to do that? Little did I know I would be here. Little did I know I would be here. Now, I will say, I'm thinking, do I need to give too much detail? Because if I do, maybe I'll be here for too long. But who cares? I don't care how long this story goes on for. I don't care, man. I'm just gonna talk freely. Okay. I don't want to keep it brief. I want to go into every single thought I had that led me to this position. So I was glad about potentially living a walking distance from college, but I had one gripe. I hate the area that the college is in, which is the area I'm in right now. It's ugly. The vibes are, I don't want to say the vibes are off, but it's soulless basically. I remember when I first started college, that was the first thing I noticed. I was like, wow, this area is really soulless. It's just like these square, overly modern kind of like cardboard box design type buildings. There's no history here. You you can tell there are no like families who've lived here for years and years. Like it's a newer area. I don't like that. I like being somewhere with like history and soul. It's just something I prefer. So yeah, it's just kind of like large scale buildings and like offices. This is a financial district, so it's like a lot of finance offices and things. So definitely not the vibe for just being in college or living. Not. Genuinely just I hate this area. I don't. Yeah, the vibes are off basically, and I care about vibes. Part of me is like, at least like you have somewhere, like grateful to be able to find somewhere to lay my head at night, but also would love to lay my head at night somewhere that is vibey. You know what I mean? Like, I want to have the best of both worlds. Okay, cool. So, yeah, hate this area. Don't want to be here. Didn't want to be here, but I thought, if I'm in the college anyway, I'm going to be in this area anyway. And if I live a walking distance from college, my life is going to be easier anyway. And if I wanted to catch a vibe, I could just go to a vibey area. I don't have to live in a vibey area, right? So I was telling myself all these things. But there was an issue. There's a little dilemma. I decided to look at the reviews of this place, and they were alarming. Like, genuinely alarming. I knew about this place even before I moved back to Dublin and before I started college, because I remember when I was looking up places when I was still in Limerick, and because at that time I hadn't even had confirmation that I was in this college, which is the funny thing. I just felt like I was gonna be accepted, and I moved here anyway, and then I got accepted like a few days later. Like there's no guarantee that I was even going to be in this program, but I was like, I feel like I'm gonna get accepted, right? Like, interview went well, they said my results were great. I was like, I'm getting accepted, I don't care. So I did move without confirmation. I know, crazy, I just do things like that. But anyway, I was looking up where I could live, and I remember seeing the reviews of this place at the time, and I had like a mental breakdown. And I was just like, I'm tired. This is a thing here, though, in general. Like, there's a huge issue around housing in this country, Ireland, and it's insane. It's really insane. Student accommodation, like, limited, very limited, and everything's overpriced. It's a mess. It's really sad. But anyway, and it can get really stressful when you don't really know where you're going next, but you have to leave. I've dealt with homelessness during the worst summer of my life, 2023 summer. I had nowhere to live. I got kicked out randomly, and it was, yeah, I don't like to think about that time because it literally gives me the shivers. Oh God. Yeah, God. Trying to keep it together, man. Like when I just think about my life, it's just, okay, cool. It's like, makes me sad. Okay. So yeah, it's a stressful thing to deal with, but we're alive, we're here. So anyway, yeah, I had to figure out where to go next because I was like, I'm getting into this college. I don't care. Like I'm getting in. So looking at places, I found that this place existed and it was the closest place to the college, and I thought, wow, this could be cool. I looked at the reviews and they just made me sad. People were warning people not to come here. People said it was just awful. People said the management was just awful. And look, even I'm the kind of person where I don't want to be like, oh my god, I'm such an empath. I care about people. I care about society. Like, I'm not trying to do that, but I care. I'm sorry, I care. I give a like, even if I'm not affected by something, it saddens me to see people be treated terribly. I don't like that. I don't. Some people are like, oh, at least it didn't happen to me. So what? It's not my problem. It didn't happen to me. It's like, I care. Because I'm like, anyone could have been in that position. It's a thing of, I don't really see people as too far away from me. You can be like, oh, this is so it's overly spiritual, but I do think like the law of divine oneness, you know, like when I look at another human being, I'm like, that's me, in a sense, because we all share the same. Yeah, you get what I mean. Yeah, I give a about people, even if I don't know them or they are insane. Yeah, I don't like when people go through. I also don't like going through. So when I saw that, it just saddened me, and I thought, wow, this is so sad that these people, these money hungry goofies, are taking advantage of people, and they even have the audacity to treat people like crap, and it just makes me sad because a lot of these people, they never get punished for doing stuff like this, and they just continue to live happily and laugh in our faces. I'm like, I understand why people believe in heaven and hell, because you're like, there's no way you can do all this and not suffer, man. Like, you need to burn forever. It's sad. But yeah, anyone who intentionally causes people pain and doesn't care about the pain that they're causing, I hope you suffer. Really. I hope every waking moment of your life is unbearable. Really. Okay. So I saw that, it saddened me, and I thought, wow, like I thought I could have like a cool experience just being close to college and not given a rat's tail. But saw that and I was like, I guess I have to avoid there and I have to go somewhere else. But anyway, while I was still in the place I was in for a year, I wasn't overly concerned about that because I was living somewhere that was okay. Didn't want to move, but I was like, I'll just wait till it's time for me to leave and then I'll find somewhere. I mean, I did try to get out of there after summer, but it was just staying there was the most convenient thing to do, so I stayed. And then after the academic year, I was like, now's my time. Silly me. So I was researching places, just trying to find somewhere. A lot of places, student accommodation, are not available early summer. They're just wishy washy and they don't really know what's going on. And then what's been happening as of recent is places just rent out rooms in student accommodation. Not rent out, they use them as hotels. Again, money hungry, duh, capitalism, welcome to our society. So they do that to be able to generate more money. So it's just a mess. And I scoured a lot of places. I tried to move somewhere that I liked, in an area that I like, because there's a particular area that has soul and history that I like. I'm actually going to be moving there soon, so I'm excited. But that was where I wanted to move initially, but there were some hiccups around that earlier this year. And then with summer, it's like they just didn't really know what was going on with summer. So I was like, I'm going to have to find somewhere to stay for summer at least before I can move to wherever I want to move for the next academic year. Yeah, 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 yeah. So, I checked back. Imagine if I just sang. I stopped talking, I just sing for the rest of the episode. But no, I checked back with this place and I checked the reviews to see if anything had changed. Oh god, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? It's okay. You live and you learn. I believe everything happens to teach you something. And I don't really think I would take anything back, you know? I feel like all of this happened to protect me. And I'm going to again, call it's my intuition. I believe in my intuition. I basically think all of this happened to protect me from being here long term. And yeah, you can hear background noise now. Look, I don't have a studio. This is just what it is. Like sometimes people are going to be yapping in the back. There's nothing I can do. I can't do anything about it. I'm sorry. I know. Um so yeah, I don't know why I believe that, but I think in a while, it could be like, it could take a few months, it could take a year, it'll make sense. That's just what my intuition is telling me. Like there's a reason behind it. But anyway, um so I don't regret doing it. But basically what happened was I checked back. I don't know why I checked back, because I just wanted to, again, I'm trying to blame myself, but it's like I'm not to blame here. My options are limited. Everyone's options are limited in this country right now. It's an insane situation, you know. So my options were limited, and these people were available. So obviously, I had to try to squeeze my way in to try to justify it, because that's just what you do when your options are limited, and you're like, oh, it's either this or a curb on the streets. Like you have to just do what you can, you know. Terrible though. But anyway, checked back with this place, saw they were available during this summer, and then also I saw that the scary reviews from a year ago were not as prominent, so I saw like more positive reviews, which made me think that things were fine. And then I also saw that there was a website change and the name changed. And I thought, oh, like, because basically there's this company that was running them from the UK. And apparently it looked like they pulled out. Obviously, that was a lie. They just rebranded. They tried to rebrand because, I don't know, they figured that their brand was already like damaged from all the they put people through. So maybe they just tried to rebrand to get a new fresh image to try to trick more people into coming here. So I fell for it. Like the way I found out was crazy. Like, I'm gonna explain how I found out that it was just a rebrand. It was insane. So I signed the contract and then I scrolled all the way to the bottom of the contract after I had signed and then the management had signed. And then I looked at the name of the manager and I was like, wait, isn't this the same name of the manager all the like bad reviews from a year ago were talking about? And I was like, oh my god, what did I just sign myself into? Like my heart dropped when I saw that. And it's like the fact that that happened before I ever stepped my foot in here, like that's how you know, man. Like you just know life, like you know things before the things happen. But that's just me. Like my dreams are crazy. I have like dreams about stuff and the stuff happens, or I freaking what's like something else that's like weird. Oh yeah, like I'll have like a little vision or daydream. This thing will happen, or I'll just get like my intuition will tell me something, and I'm like, yeah, that's definitely legit. Like I have like so many deja vu moments every day. It's yeah, I'm tapped in basically. Like I'm tapped in. But anyway, so when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'm cooked. This lady's still here. It means that the management is like the same management, and they just rebranded. They did like a facelift, but like the soul is still the same. The person is still the same. So yeah, that was crazy to find out. But before I found that out, I was like, this could be cool. I had already accepted. I was like, my life is gonna be easier. College is gonna be steps away. I'm gonna be fine. Terrible, terrible mistake. Like the foreshadowing was like, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. So yeah, yeah, yeah. So I pack my. I'm stressing. I don't have enough boxes because I don't buy enough boxes because I think I don't have anything. You don't really have much. You only need 5 boxes. Wake the up. So I'm going to have to do so much editing, but I don't care. Like this is what's coming out. Like I'm gonna have to basically cut out all my cussing out of this, which is going to be work because I've been like yeah. So I get my stuff ready. I'm stressing. I'm packing. I reach out to. I try to like call staff to ask them like, hey, is there anything I need to know about how it's moving to here? And do you guys have like a trolley thing that I can use to move my boxes? And they're like, we don't. And they're like, just show up. And that was the first sign that like the vibes were off. Like very just I wouldn't even call it cold. They just they aren't cold. They weren't cold. They were just kind of like nonchalant. Like you can tell they don't want to be there type of thing. And they treat you like you're an inconvenience. And usually I don't care about these things. I don't care. Like I'm Nigerian. Customer service isn't like, dude, people will literally like be rude to you and you still buy stuff from them because like that's just what it is. Like I'm used to rudeness in that way. So, because I've noticed around other people, like there's this one person I know who like we'll go somewhere, whether it's like a store or we'll buy something or we'll have an interaction with customer service and he gets bothered. Like it actually like it ruins his day when people are rude to him. Like he actually cannot handle it, but like it's that I'm used to. So to me, like I'm not phased by people not giving a about their jobs or like people being rude. That's just normal behavior to me. Like it's when people are nice, I'm like, wow, that felt good. I notice niceness, and I it makes me feel happy when people are kind in interactions. But when people are rude, I don't really care because I'm like, I don't know what you have going on. I don't care. Like that's your. It doesn't affect my day. Um, but no, like these folk, they took it to a whole. They it's not even just rudeness; it's like insanity. Like they took it to a whole different level. But at first, there was like little signs of not giving a nonchalant. So I was like, whatever. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So I show up. It's raining. It's pouring rain. I checked the forecast, and because I was thinking like I have cardboard boxes. I am going to be moving all my stuff by myself. I don't have help. I want to make sure my life isn't harder than it needs to be. I'm already going to be carrying heavy shit. It's going to be overwhelming. I've been overwhelmed from trying to like figure out how to pack everything. The last thing I want is to have pouring rain in the middle of all of this. So check the forecast. It said it wasn't gonna rain for like a specific period of time. So I literally timed when it wasn't supposed to rain so that I could move when it wasn't raining. The forecast ended up being wrong and it was just pouring rain the whole time. And yeah, like it was just not amazing. It was not great. Like the boxes got soaked. My life was hard. I was tired. Like it was a mess. But anyway, so um yeah, so I was like, yeah, okay, we're doing this. I had to do two different trips and two different Uber XLs because I was like, why hire I don't need a van. I don't even have that much stuff. Like it's gonna fit in an Uber XL. Cap, cap. Half of the stuff fit in one Uber XL, and then I had to leave the other half of the stuff and go back to get another Uber XL. And like I will say, it ended up being cheaper than like hiring a man with a van, but the amount of hassle, the stress, plus like with what happened, I'm gonna tell you what happened after that. I should have just done that, but I was trying to be a cheapskate, and I will say never again. Never. I rather spend more money and have my sanity. No more being a cheapskate. No. So I'm literally breaking this down because I'm like, you guys need to know every single detail. So it's raining. I'm like, God, this is exhausting, but we'll see. So I get half of the stuff, right? I take it out in the pouring rain. I get my Uber XL. I hop into my Uber XL. I get here. I take the stuff out of the Uber XL. I'm starting to move the stuff in to the building like one by one. But like first off, I'm exhausted. I woke up and I had to just start moving. I hadn't eaten any food. I like no energy and had to carry heavy. Plus it was pouring rain. I didn't want to be wet. I was tired. I was hungry. Like that was already bad enough. And then I get in. These people were like, "Oh, sorry, there's no trolley. We can't do this." So basically, the logic was I was supposed to have like a thing where I could move the in at once and like have like the aid of like something with wheels to help me, so I didn't have to just carry this by hand. But they said that that wasn't available, and they offered no solutions, no help at all. So I was like, "Oh damn, I have to just do this hardcore." Rugged, just hardcore. It's just hardcore, like, what's the thing where they survive in the wild? Whatever that is. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to have to do that myself. Amazing, in the soaking rain. So I started doing that. I will say, where I was not making sure everything was out of the outside of the building. They're moving it into the inside of the building, at least where there's like a door that you need like a key to get into. It just didn't clock to me. It wasn't clocking to me that this area was standing on mad business. It wasn't clocking to me. So it just didn't clock to me. So I was like doing that, moving everything one by. I moved in the food, all the frozen stuff, so it wouldn't melt. I moved in one of my like framed posters because obviously if it got wet then that would be a problem. It was raining as well, so I had to like clothes that I had, they were like just out in an IKEA bag, had to do that. And then went back for the suitcases. This is where I had two suitcases, right, heavy as and I was already like tired and hungry. So I grabbed both of them and I'm trying to push both of them, right? I swear to God, like I couldn't. I couldn't. I don't know why, but like the energy was just zapped from me. I couldn't do it. So I decided to leave one of them there. That's how I left one of them there, moved one of them in. Went back to get the second one. It was gone. But my boxes were still there, right? That's how I up. At first I was in disbelief because I was like, ain't no way that's just gone. At first I was in disbelief. And then I was like, I mean, if your eyes are open and something's not there, then it has to be gone. No. So yeah, the disbelief was over. Then I switched into how do I fix this? How do I get this back or whatever? Honestly, what could have happened was like maybe there was someone just like lurking around and watching me, and maybe they saw me leave one of them there when like I was struggling with the two and one was too heavy. Maybe they saw me leave the one and then they saw me just roll in with the one and then they swooped in and they were like, "Oh, free treasure, free bag." But anyway, by the way, like whoever has it is cursed now, which is insane. Like I know that's an insane thing. Saying someone is cursed is crazy, but I mean I did curse them, but then my mom cursed them, which is insane. Like it's crazy. My mom literally said that any problems that like I was supposed to have. So my mom basically like framed it as this like destiny swap situation where like any issues I was supposed to have in life or like any hardships I was supposed to have, by the person taking my they literally like took all my problems with them as well. I know that's wild. But like I'm like, you know what, I with that. That's a cool thing. Like if someone steals from you, then they're also stealing away like your problems, and it becomes their own problem. And like, yeah, because like that's their karma. Anyway, so yeah, that person's cursed. Anyway, so that happened, and I had to go through filing a police report, trying to talk to the staff and getting them to like help in any way that they could. But so far, nothing has been done. I don't know if I want to go into the back and forth I had to go through with these people. And then now, the funniest development out of all of this. This is actually the tea that prompted me to do this episode. I woke up this morning, and so basically, the police here are called Garda. And there's like you get an officer assigned to your case, right? So this officer that was assigned to my case, really sweet, really helpful. She went out of her way, She kept trying to contact these people. They would ignore her. She would try to call them. No one would pick up the phone. She would try to email them. They would ignore it. So she went above and beyond, to be honest. Like I didn't even think she was going to do that much. It's like usually they don't care that much, but she really cared, and she did try a lot. So yeah, I love the fact that people like that are out there. They're amazing. Like giving the fuck about that like doesn't affect you, even if it's a job. Like still, you don't have to be that invested. But she was invested, and I'm glad that she cared that much. Love you, babe. But anyway, so I received an email from Bay today, and she's telling me that she basically tried to get CCTV footage from these folk, and these, by the way, they're so odd. They're so odd. Like I don't even know how to describe it. It's almost like, I don't want to call it a cult, really. I don't know what it is. Like you go there and there's like this manager who's like the honcho. She's like the head boss in charge, and like the way they talk about her is crazy. Like one of the staff was telling me how like she's unreasonable and she's like really strict and she's this and that. Like if your own staff is talking about you, then you're a problem. And then one of them was like, when I was emailing them back and forth, being like, guys, maybe ask your staff if they saw anything, like check with your staff, because like sometimes like cleaning stuff be moving crazy. They were moving crazy, and they took something from a box that was outside my door. Like I had products in there, and they took, I had to go get that back from them. So I was like, they might be moving that, check with them. And then one of the reception staff was like, oh my god, like the manager didn't like the fact that you accuse her staff, like she doesn't take that well. And I'm like, do I look like I give a like, do I look like I care about what this lady thinks? Like maybe you guys are like her puppies, you guys are her dogs, and like she's your mommy. This manager is your mommy, head honcho, head mommy in charge, that you give a about what this lady thinks. But I don't, because I don't care. Like I just got here, I don't know you guys, I don't care about what anyone thinks. Like I don't give a like, oh my god, this manager didn't like this, and she could eat, but anyway, yeah. So I don't, it's weird. Like they all like, and when they're like multiple of them in there, they're all like in like a pack. It's like a pack of like a pack of like 6 women just like standing there, and then there's like the head mommy. I'm like, I just, it's weird. It's odd. They give me odd vibes. So today, like, Bay emailed me being like, so I tried to get CCTV footage from these folk, and they basically told me that the suitcase was outside the building, so there were no cameras that could have caught anything. Mind you, this is, I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating. On the corner of this building, there's like a camera, like right there. That same corner is where my shit was at. So this lady being like, there was no camera around the location is one. I never told her where my stuff was at. I never showed her the exact location. How does she know where the location is? How does she know? So yeah, Bay told me they said there's no camera outside of the building around where my stuff was at. Lie. I told Bay, I responded to Bay, I was like, that's a lie, because like, how would she know where my stuff was at exactly? And then also, I've literally seen the camera like right at the corner. Like, you guys are trolling me right now. Like, you guys are trolling me. So that was ridiculous. And then the second line, I'm still dying. Like, it's you, like, you know how when stuff that's annoying happens to you, you could be annoyed, right, or angry or whatever, but when it's done in such a comical way, you can't even be mad because it's like a joke. It just becomes like funny, or like, haha, life is like mad funny. That's how I feel. Like, I'm not even annoyed. I just think it's like, it's entertaining. It's like entertainment for me. So the second line, Bay tells me that these folks said that they don't have the CCTV footage from that time because last week they had a hardware crash and they lost all the CCTV footage. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this. You cannot make this up. How do you all even? They didn't even try. They didn't even try to come up with a creative excuse. Their excuse is like, hardware crash. There's no footage. From day one, when this happened, I was like, inside job, inside job. I kept saying inside job as a joke, but now I'm like, maybe it's not a joke. But also, they could just be trying to cover their ass because if it ends up being like something that their staff's responsible for, they might not want to suffer consequences legally, or have like their reputation be tainted. So they might be trying to cover their ass by doing this. I wish that manager nothing but the worst though for that. Like, I hope like the worst happens to her, by the way. Yeah. Like, take out like any inconvenience or annoyance that felt from this situation, multiply that by 10. So yeah, so hardware crash, ridiculous, right? Funny as still, I'm gonna keep giggling because that's like the funniest thing you could ever say. But yeah, I responded to that. I just told Bay like, how convenient. Like, I don't know if I should read out the email that I sent back to Bay. The fact that I keep calling this Garda officer Bay is insane. But I was like, how convenient is it that when you requested for the footage last week, at first they kept ignoring you, right? I had to contact like the guy that got me to even like the guy I was like in communication with before I ever even moved in, he's based in the UK. I contacted that guy and I was like, what the is going on here? Like, can you tell these people to actually cooperate with the police? Like, what the are we doing? And I also was like, I kept telling them to respond to the guard, to the guards, which is insane because like you're the officer, like that's you're supposed to be pressing their ass. Why am I the one who's like trying to like press them to respond to you? Like, what? But anyway, yeah, took multiple tries. Like, at first when the guards tried to completely ignored. Tried again a week later, ignored again. I told them about it. I was like, guys, what are we doing? Um, they finally responded, but then they respond with this excuse. At first, they're like, send the request. The guard sends the request, and then the manager comes back with this BS excuse, right? So, um, what was I even saying? Oh yeah, so I was trying to talk about the whole last week hardware crash thing. So last week was when the request was sent in, and again they ignored the request, and yeah, the guard got back to me and told me like, hey, they're ignoring this again. They're not responding. I don't really know what they have going on. And then beg them to respond, and then they come up with this excuse, right? So they're obviously trying to cover their ass. Um, it sucks, but that's what it is. My thing is, as long as like the curses work, I'm chilling. Really, like I'm chilling. But yeah, like if I have to like every day be like, I wish you the worst, 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 I wish you the worst. If I if I have to do that every day, I will. I will. I'm that kind of person. Yeah. Like I love really hard. I'm definitely a lover girl. I love super super hard. I think I'm loyal to a fault as well. But I'm also, oh man, I'm a hater too. Like like the hate almost like takes the hate is almost more than the love. I hate a lot, you know. I'm a big hater. Big one. So yeah. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. It's like I hate, you know how some people like when something wrong is done to them, they're just like, oh, like it sucks, but you know, these things happen in life, and like, man, like, they're like, oh, God will like replenish, God will like fix it or something. You know how people are like, yeah, just let it go. Peace, love, forgiveness. I'm the opposite. I'm the, I'm the opposite, man. I'm not like, oh man, like it sucks, like life. I'm like, I genuinely hope like you have the worst happen to you, like that, and I mean that like from the soul, like yeah. But anyway, oh my god, I've been talking for 50 minutes. I'm so happy. The podcast is back in full force. I didn't think I was going to be able to talk for this long because it's been a while, but I'm so glad that I was able to do this. This is great. You know, this story needed to come out because it's an insane story. And again, I want to say that I wish every single person involved the worst. Literally, like the manager herself. Like you're the. I wish you the worst. Like I hope you feel awful. Like forever. But yeah, her especially. Also, like whoever took the suitcase. That's if they took it maliciously and it wasn't an accident. If it. Okay, so yeah, that's the story of how the last what 2 months have been. Yeah, there's more, but that's the main T. Like apart from just dealing with all of that, you know, I'm the first day I move in here, it already starts on a bad note. Then I move in here, and then there's like getting missing from the kitchen, and there's like a roommate I have who's insane. But that like that's not that happens all the time. People, yeah. No, I think it might just be like a like sometimes I wonder if I'm cursed or something. I actually think I may be cursed. Maybe in my past life I did something up, and now like I'm paying for what I did in my past life or something like that. Because I swear to God, like I always get sent the worst people. Like every like it doesn't matter where. Like I will somehow get sent like the worst people ever. And it's just like every every 3 months it's like surviving something. I wish this was a joke. Like it's either I'm surviving someone that like I thought was my friend, but like they're actually evil, or I'm surviving a living situation, or I'm always surviving some. There's always some. It's definitely interesting. So yeah, like that's what's going on. But something that's really good. I'm so excited. Like I can't. I'm literally count every day I wake up. I'm like one more day to go. I'm gonna be out of here on the 15th. Today is the 3rd, so a few more days, and I never have to like see this place again, which is dude, feels like Christmas, man. It's almost like it's so weird. It's like you go through situations which don't feel great, but then when you get out of the situations, it's such a high that you're like, wait, maybe like life is worth living, and then like you go through another bad situation, and you're like, what the like, it's highs and lows, babe, highs and lows. So like what naturally wouldn't be a high becomes a high because of how low the low gets. Yeah, that's the tea. I'm definitely going to be doing more updates if there's more tea, but also I'm never really phased. I think the whole situation with like these guys trying to cover their ass and like having something that big be stolen from you never happened to me before. So this phased me. I'm not gonna lie, this phased me. But in terms of like just dealing with crazy people, that's normal for me. Like that's just like my life. It's like a casual Saturday. Like that does not faze me at all. Or just people being insane. Like that's chill. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm done. I'm so happy to be back. I'm so excited to just edit this, post this, and then also do little snippets for Instagram. I'm telling you, like, my friends who listen religiously to this podcast, they have been begging me to bring the podcast back. Like, one of my friends was like, oh my God, I miss your voice. Like, it's nice having people give a shit about what you're saying that much. Like, it makes me really happy. And even like on the YouTube channel, like maybe I'll rack in like 40 views or something, 20 something views, 30, like that's still something, people are seeing the content and I with it. So yeah, excited to reveal that this is back. Every one of my friends can now go like listen to the tea, and it's really cool. Something that I really missed about the podcast was, especially when it was still on Buzzsprout, and Buzzsprout would show you your analytics, and you could see the location that people were listening from. And I would go on there and I would see like my friend, like so like people that like I don't even talk to that much, who like I didn't really consider close friends. They would be like watching and like listening, and I was like, oh my God, these people give a about me, like this is cute. Like I'll go on there and it's like my friend from Iraq and like my friend from Russia and all of these people, and like friends like in China and like Taiwan and just Nigeria, Kenya, like everywhere, all these people tuning in. And it was just really cool to see that like my podcast is like bringing all these people to the kind of like to the same place in a sense, even if like they were just scattered away in like all these different continents, and yeah, I just think that's really cool. Maybe I'll get back on Buzzsprout so I'll see my analytics, because I don't think Spotify isn't really as good as showing analytics, and it doesn't really show you countries like that. But Buzzsprout I had to pay for monthly, which wasn't cute. But if you just use Anchor and Spotify, it's free. I don't have to pay. So I don't know. Maybe I'll like do like one quick login to Buzzsprout to see my analytics again by country, because it was so amazing like seeing like people from all these different countries, like multiple countries tuning in. It was great. And it was also like a cool way of stalking people anyway, because I could tell who was listening to the episodes. Okay, I'm done. This is, yeah, we're almost at an hour. This has been incredible. Today is Sunday. Maybe next Sunday we'll have another episode up. Maybe we'll keep up the weekly thing. It's like a nice like reset for the week. A nice little debrief session. Like I already feel better, it really is therapeutic. Like after getting this tea out, I actually feel better. Like I woke up this morning and like I felt like the air that I was breathing in was hot. Like the inside of my body was hot this morning from annoyance and anger. Like I had to calm myself down because I was like literally like fighting for my life. Because I didn't just wake up to that email. I also woke up to some BS in my apartment because like again, you know, crazies. Yeah, I woke up to some BS as well. So it's like when all like the BS lines up, you're like when can I get a break? Like why is there some BS from every direction? Like can I get 1 second to, you know, have like a good experience in life? Like please give me a break. But I feel like everyone is going through this, I swear. And this is why I believe in divine oneness again. Like we're all kind of like going through the same experiences together. And like that's why I think it's so funny when people are going through and they don't talk about it with other people because they're like, oh, they wouldn't understand, or like I don't want to I don't feel comfortable talking about this stuff because it's upsetting. It's like they're they might be going through the same you're going through, by the way. That's why I don't hold back. Like I'm like just let everything out there. Like just let it out. Heal. Like let the shit out. It's like venting, you know, like the heat kind of goes away and it's like you feel cooler, you feel better, definitely. Like my mom was telling me about we're gonna cut that out. I was talking about my situation today, and basically my mom was telling me about someone who, let's just say, what they're going through is like not even comparable. It's just terrible. And I was like, Jesus. And that doesn't mean that you should compare yourself to other people and say like, oh, at least it's not as bad as what this person is going through. Like it could be worse. So like it's fine. I hate when people do that, you know. It doesn't matter how like using comparison to figure out whether you should feel upset about something is stupid as hell, because your life is your life. And it like that makes no sense. You haven't gone through what the other person has gone through, so you can't really compare yourself to what they've gone through and say that at least it's not as bad as that. It's like you didn't go through that. What you're going through, that is like bad for you. So it makes sense that you're upset about it. But anyway, yeah, that's it. We're past an hour now. I can't believe that we're back. We're so back, and I hope we're gonna be permanently back. I am going to challenge myself to do video essays or like podcast essays, in a sense where I pick a topic, I actually like do research on it, I write my own thoughts and opinions, and I kind of like present an argument, right? And I'm going to do that specifically for just a lot of, I don't know, like maybe more like political stuff. I don't want to get too political and then become like a political podcast, because that's not we're not Candace Owens, we're not Hassan Abi. They're like I mean, I don't want to say they're educated, because Candace Owens is just like, she's insane, but like these people are actually, they're so smart. Like some of these people have studied poli-sci in college, and they just know so much information about politics and like history and all this, and I don't know that much, you know. I just recently started getting into it because for a while I kind of like, I felt like it was too stressful. Like caring about the political climate of things was too stressful, because it just reminded you of how sad the world was. And I just felt like you couldn't be happy if you cared about politics. But now I'm realizing that actually that's not true. Like you can be educated, you can be aware of this stuff and still be happy. You know, like just because like there's some like up doesn't mean that there isn't some good in your life as well. But I think like being out of balance is never good. Don't just focus on all the good and ignore the bad, because you're like, if I ignore it hard enough it'll go away, or as long as it doesn't like get to my front door and it doesn't affect me, then it's fine. What happens when it starts to affect you? What happens when it affects your kids? Like, you know, like wake the up. So yeah, I think it's important to care about these topics and to be interested in them, and yeah, even if you think it doesn't affect me, so like whatever, it probably will at some point in the future. And then you're gonna be begging people to rally with you, and you're gonna be wondering why they're not rallying with you. And then you're gonna realize that you were those people before. Like people try to get you to rally with them, but you're like, that's your problem. It doesn't affect me, right? So yeah, it's gonna bite you in the ass in the future. So just yeah, okay, cool. I can't wait to see you soon, and I can't wait for you to hear me soon. Actually, no, you guys see me because I don't see you. But whatever, I can't wait to see you soon. Can't wait to talk to you soon. Bye. Mwah.